for day 400 special, I'm gonna list the relevancy of each character. So basically, how important is the character to the game overall story, right? So I changed the scaling system to fit basically more inclined to the team. So for example, like both the Trailblazer will be needed for the game to play. Otherwise, we just die. Um, and yeah, that's basically what the tier list is about. Is whether how important is to the story. So we're needed for the game to play. Basically, the MC, which is not the MC, it's basically the MC. A great side protect. Surprise hitter is that you might know, you probably can think of one already. For their own story, noticeable background character, and lastly who, which we will always put. Even though he is kind of relevant, but let's be honest, no, no. He like walk up, meet Dang Feng, meet Dang Heng, get shit on by Blade and Dang Feng, and we never see him ever again. Okay, so March 7, simple enough. I would say basically the MC. It's not needed for the game to play. I feel like if you remove March 7, a big core, like a lot of moment in the game would feel very empty, but it's not like it's gonna stop the game from progressing, right? That being said, she is the main character. Like, come on, have you not seen the icon for this game? She is the main character for any shits and giggle. And basically it's almost a straight man to our shenanigan, right? So basically the MC. Dang Heng is just a side protect at this point. Like after Xianzhou, we just never see him ever again. Like there's this one great comic made by forgot who, but basically it's last story like after the Zenzo event storyline, which is like what 1.4 or 1.3 I think. Dang Hen just never left the room, right? And it's just stay in the express. He has some relevancy near the end of the 2.0 story. I mean like a 2. The Pentagon story. But not really. Not really at all. So still a great protect, right? Side protect. We do change into him. He's the first ever character first other playable character that we control. So I say that's a appropriate spot to put him in. Asta, I'll say for their own story. Right. Other than that one companion mission, we rarely interact with Asta, right? Asta is, we just know her as the rich lady who just have infinite bank account. Where, right, it's like, if she's good if you like get into her own story bubble, right? Other than that, she have like nothing contributing to the overall story. Which is kind of surprising, even though she's the first gacha character we draw technically. So just for her own story, I would say she's there. Same goes to Arlen. Can I say that to Arlen? For early on, like a lot of this Herta Space Station character is just, you know, because they are only in Herta Space Station. It's not really that great. In fact, I think Arlen is even worse than Asta, because I think Asta has at least progressed us through Dr. Ratio story, like Dr. Ratio Ron May, but Arlen you just help him out in the intro, do his companion mission, which is basically Asta companion mission, and no Peppy through him, and that's about it. Like, like, really, he's just not there. He's just a background character. Asta, um, great side protect in the whole, basically the host of Simulator Universe, right? She's basically the face of the Simulator Universe, in fact. Like, without her, you don't have access to the Simulator Universe. So I think there's a lot going on for her. And she's like, the entire space station is named after her. You know, the Herta space station. And she's the first of the many genius society, right? The Geniuses Society, or what the fuck is their group called again? That we met. And she's also have a lot of going on with the whole Rami and Dr. Ratio story. And other than that, you do hear from her a bit outside, like through text messages. Like, I remember that one time in Bellabog where we have Richard, the findy fella. We do have to communicate with Herta about it. Did we? Either Herta or Asta. Can't remember. But all Herta is like good. It's like it's a product for the simulated universe, right? I'm sure in the simulated universe where they have like the visual novel component, she is very talkative in there. Other than that, the main story not really have her on board much. Then we have Hook, which again is mainly for her side, her own companion mission that really make it well, make her like a standout character. Otherwise, she does. I don't say she impact. Did she impact? I don't think she impact much in Bellabog story. You just made her like right off the bat the moment you went into underground, and she's just there playing with her friend. Actually, she is the final boss for the Pokemon event. So that is a surprise, right? That is also a surprise component. So well done, Hook. You deserve that. Natasha, I think she's have a lot of potential. Like a lot is like she have a lot of story dump for being such a relatively like not much plot relevance. I mean, she is the leader of like the Wildfire gang, right? She's also the nurse. But the more interesting is that her interaction with the above the old world, and her basically family situation, and I again still think her brother can be a playable character, which yeah, it just surprised me that we have learned so much about Natasha. Even though I'll say she's not really impactful much in game, like in the main story. Other than that one time she nearly blew up Stravok, and and almost killed Clara. Like imagine she just did not stop the grenade launcher. She just fucking murdered Clara. Like, holy damn. So yeah, I'll say Surprise Hitter is a pretty good spot for her. This is the character I was thinking of when I put this tier. Shampoo. It's Shampoo, man, right? The whole enigmatic side of him early on, where it's like you don't know whether he's a friend, whether he's a foe. Turn out he's just being stupid, but he's very smart at the same time, right? And the whole fourth wall breaking that he constantly do, his reappearance in the Pokemon event, and almost reappearance in the whole Penacony. Even though Penacony, I still don't know whether that's him in Penacony. I assume not. I don't think because we no longer see him ever again. We just see Sparkle. So I assume it's not Shampoo, but it's Sparkle that's in Panacody. But Sparkle does come have in contact with Shampoo throughout. So I feel like we're gonna see a lot more of Shampoo or the whole Maskful, right? Because with it is like a lot of stuff they can do with the whole gang to just fuck about, right? So surprise hitter it is. Pella. Well, I'm trying to think. I think it's a noticeable background character, to be fair. Other than her brief introduction in the main story, the only part that we know of her is through links. Do you even have your own companion mission? Like, even if you have, I can't even remember what the fuck is your companion mission even do. Or what we did. Okay, there is that whole kerfuffle with Pella Age at one time, but other than that, there's like nothing much to say about Pella. Yeah, I can't really say much about Pella anymore. She used to be a drummer, I think, if I'm not mistaken correctly, wrongly. She's there. She's a great character to play, to have to add in your team. Not in terms of like understanding her in the context of story. So noticeable character it is. Background character. Anyways, Saval, side protect. I do not know why, but she is a very influential in the whole Belobog arc. She's she's basically the link for us to march onward to fight Cocolia, right? She convinced Japat, which is the war, right? If we won't have her, we won't have the war. We won't have passed the war, and we won't have saved fucking the whole shebang. We also learned a lot about the Sterolon through her knowledge, through her engineering knowledge, and we frequently visited her a lot. She have a whole apprentice storyline, and she's also a fucking leader of a rock band that is held underground. So there's like so many stuff going on for her, and it's very sad. She's Belobog people are getting left behind. Maybe we get more story on Belobog, hopefully, but I really want to see her on the whole music side, right? Mainly so far we only see her on her engineering side or her silvermare, used to be silvermare component side, but I really hope we can see more on her music side. That way Pella is also can be introduced, right? It can be more relevant. She's also very have a very friendly roommate with Cocolia, so that's also a plus. QQ. I can't be biased. But QQ, I'm trying to think through every scenario, up to down. I as much as I love QQ as a character, she does nothing. She did nothing, right? She opened a gate. That's the only recollection I have for her in terms of plot relevance. She opened a fucking door, and that's it, right? She's like in every event though. Like she's in the Ho Ho event. where she's in the Pokemon event. I think that's like the only two major event that do travel to Zenzo. Can't remember what else. Like, other than that, she's like that. There's nothing else. Like, I can't think of anything else she does. Yeah. Susheng, for their own story. The whole Aram Alley component of the game, that whole side quest, um, really helped shine Susheng a bit, being the basically the helper of that place, and she being the main squad in the Ho Ho Ghost Detective, really uh, showcase her a lot, right? We also have her guiding us, like when we first reach to Zenzo. She's the one that guiding us. By us, I mean Dang Hen and Lo Cha around the whole place, and basically act as our bodyguard. And I think she's done really well, right? Even though she's like, it's like nothing. No, I say yeah, mm, she's even more important than most of the character here, because if she wasn't guiding Dang Hen or Lo Cha, most of the back end of the Zenzo story wouldn't even um, link up, right? Like Dang Hen would just be late and would not have splitted the wave, do not learn much about his past. Even though I feel like eventually all those will be resulting the same, but uh, it also does mean that Lo Cha would not be interfering with Jing Liu, or did not like guys collab with Jing Liu. So I might even put up the surprise hit there, but I'm trying to think what else. Trying to think. I, s- I think that's that. Um, I think that's nah. Put up. I'll put up. Fine. Just mainly because you're not only the helping out the whole gang, you also um, part of the Ho Ho squad. I think Ho Ho squad really helped make them quite relevant. Ting Yun though, yeah, this is definitely the for their own story. Other than because Ting Yun is essentially just a plot line to um, drive the story on us fighting Fantilia, but the way they but that's more on Fantilia side, less on Ting Yun side. Ting Yun side we know nothing about. We know nothing about Ting Yun. Do you even have a companion mission? Because yeah, if we just ignore the Ting Yun being possessed by Fantilia, we just know nothing about Ting Yun, right? We, yeah, yeah, we actually know nothing much about Ting Yun. I mean, she does get referenced a lot through the Yukong, um, and that one dream sequence with March 7 going searching for her past. Other than that, we actually don't learn much about Ting Yun. Um, huh. I think this is a very relevant Who character, if I have to say so myself. Himiko, I don't know why Himiko is all the way down here. Himiko. Oh, I think they rank all the 4-star first, then the 5-star. That makes sense. Himiko is not yet. We have yet to see Himiko done anything truly outstandish. Other I like she orbital cannon the final boss in fucking Battlebog. she skipped out of Zenzo, but she did join on. She did join on the whatchamacallit, Penacony. But Penacony is an odd case where Trailblazer is like the whole Trailblaze, the Astro Express crew only come into effect like very late on. So I think putting you as the side protect, I think that make more sense. For a reason that I think Welt is basically the MC, right? It makes sense also coming that he's basically the import from Honkai Impact 3rd. He confronted Akron. I think the reason why I put him there is because he confronted Akron and basically make friend with fucking Emanator. Like you don't do that normally, right? It's also his whole saving us moment in Doomsday Beast. I feel like that's only. I feel like only that is not talk much about. Like how did he just suppress us, the main character from imploding, and he's just a grandpa, right? Like he's just cool to talk to and just have around. He is present in Zenzo, but again, Zenzo there's like nothing going on in Zenzo in the first place, right? But I don't think putting him any lower is justifiable. He will be relevant. That's what I'm thinking is that he has to be way more important on later on, right? I can't see a world where they just left Welt behind in the dust. Same goes to March 7. I can't just think they just leave much. They have to continue on with their story, right? This up here is also basically mean that how likelihood they can expand their story. And that being said, Bronya, this one is for their story, for their own story. I actually other than the main story, you don't really hear much about her. But is it fair to say like that? Fine, put up here. Mainly because she is very important in the Battle Box story and being very good friend with Zilla. With also a whole plot relevancy with Topaz during the basically the tax season, the tax arc. So I mean, if we remove her, there's like no one else ruling Battlebog, or at least the overworld Battlebog. So I can't say I don't think we can just say she's a background character or whatnot, right? I think she's very much a side product in the sphere of Battlebog, right? Outside of Battlebog, not really much, right? Same goes basically how I rank Herta in the sphere of Battlebot, or in the sphere of Simulated Universe, is a side product. Clara, is important for the story. Clara is important to the story, but I don't think it's like a side protect level. She essentially unify the whole underground. No, not unify. I'm gonna pair this up with Stravok. Stravok basically revealed the whole plot of Battlebot, like the whole background story of Battlebot, and it's through Clara that we have that knowledge. Other than that, we just see a shoeless child running around. Trying to think how yeah, you just see her just running around. She does take care of a campsite, like a whole like refugee uh, group with all the vanguard. Um, Other than that, nothing much, right? She's a surprise hitter for being a child. That's a weird thing to say, but uh, mainly Stravok is. If it's Stravok here, if there's Stravok here, I will put them at the side protect. Otherwise, Clara herself. Eh. That being said, Japat is literally just the war that one time, and that's it. I don't remember Japat doing anything else. We only confronted Japat, and it's only through Soval that we care about. But other than that, we just don't care about Japat, right? It's like we did nothing to Japat, or Japat did nothing to us. We don't even have has his companion mission, so we don't even learn much about Japat, other than he's a brother to he's a brother to both Lynx and Serval. I'll even say just a background character, to be fair. But being the head of Silme God, I would say that is pretty important too. Uh, if, because I'm trying to think, if we remove this character, how would the world change? I mean, few leadership issue with in the Silme God, the Silme team God team. Other than that, not really much else. Huh? Really not much else. Bailu is one of those that's like, at first you thought that she's nothing much, but she's actually very plot. She's like very deeply rooted in the Zenzo story, especially how um, she and Dang Feng relationship is. I don't quite remember how exactly the scenario is, um, but I do enjoy her companion mission, trying to save someone that's essentially doesn't even want to save themselves, just just so for they can experience love that reject them in the end, which is sad. Uh, yeah, I think she's just a surprise hitter because at first you just thought of her as the only Vidraja healer, and that's much about it. But yeah, we do see her a lot through side mission and event too. So I think that's a good spot. Zila, basically the MC. Is it basically the MC? I mean, it's definitely the MC of the fucking Battleborg Underground arc. But other than that, not really. I think she's equal to Bronya, right? She and Bronya both equally need each other. That's all I can say. Uh, and I think it's fair. I I can't put her any lower because otherwise that's kind of dumb. But I can't really say she's an MC, right? The only yeah, I like compared to these two, I don't think it's fair to put it up there. Jingyuan. Now, on the other hand, I think Jingyuan is basically the MC. Can I say that? Like, Jingyuan have like so many, have to go through so many bullshit, and everyone still hate him because he have the, still have I think still have the one of the worst kid for being a limited 5-star. Not say worst kid lah, it's just that the scaling is need a lot of help. Um, But in terms of story, man, he controlled the entire Zenzo. He's the animator. Like, come on. And obviously, he helped us finish off Antilia and the whole Zenzo arc. He's also the one that gave us the fucking SOS help device that Danghen always loved to press for some reason. And not only that, he also appeared a lot in the Ho story, the whole ghost hunting situation, where we also learned a lot about the previous general and how is it passed down to Jingyuan. I find it really, really nice, interesting, and showcase a very cool cinematic moment where Jingyuan nearly fucking killed a child again. He's also the mentor. Yes, the mentor for Yanqing, Yu, but still a mentor nonetheless, and was a mentor. Oh no, had a mentor, Jing Liu, which also ties into him being prevalent in the whole what the fuck is your team? The High Cloud Quintet whole situation, right? So past, present, and the future, he is like gonna be very prevalent, right? Especially the whole fact that he gave us the whole Shimi Dang Bing, the SOS help. We definitely will see him very in basically the climax of the game, I assume, because I don't think the moment we hit that button, we have Danghen break break the thing. We are basically in the climax of the story. Yukong, this is gonna take longer than I anticipated. Yukong, for their own story. This one is definitely for their own story. Very touching, very sad lore behind Yukong. Even sadder that she basically lost twice, both her companion on her past and Ting Yun. And we have to go through this whole ceremony with Yukong taking the lead. But other than that, nothing much. Like, she did not appear in the main story of even Zenzo. Probably she did appear, but she's like not relevant. Like, she is the whatchamacallit, like the head of that one place, the one alliance commission. Fucking I fucking don't know what it's called again. But other than that, Silver Wolf. Would I put Silver Wolf? We actually don't have much on Silver Wolf. Other than one time she and Scrollum have a beef. Other than that, she's mainly in the background doing stuff, right? We see her through different event, side story, and whatnot, right? She's very fun to chat with, but in terms of like seeing her in law, not much. Like, we don't see her in action much. The only time we see her is like the start of the game, literally the very start. The one time she says she hacked into the Zenzo, that's for we can enter it. The one time she hacked into the Panaconi underground, the memory zone area, the dreamscape, basically the hidden dreamscape, basically. But we don't see her physically do it. All that yeah, that's that. I would even say in a noticeable background character, but her intro is, I would say, pretty standout-ish. So for their own story. Locha is also for their own story. We travel with him early on with Dang Hen, and we only see him ever again near the end. We have one companion mission that Velt almost saw him but never saw him, which is fucking head scratching moment, right? I'm like, why the fuck we have this supposed moment that Velt could analyze who Locha is, but they never met up in the first place. Like Velt have had the description of Locha, but that's about it. Such a shame. I can see. I mean, he is definitely gonna be more relevant later on. We are definitely gonna see him back. But for now, he is just in his own world, and we have no idea when he's gonna come back. Same goes to Luca. Like I said, I would say same goes to Luca. No, not really. It's just he is definitely. He is, I would say, the definition of background character. He have his own companion mission, and that's it. We know nothing else about Luca. We also joined in the Pokemon event. So Blade is honestly a side protag, right? We see him as a looming threat early on. Turn out to be a frenemy after he stabbed fucking Dang Hen to become Dang Feng. And we definitely see him way more than Silver Wolf. He's also have a big old grief. He's also like very plot relevant to the whole High Cloud Quintet team. So I don't think we can scuff him down to any lower. Yeah, and we're definitely gonna see him more. Especially how we might potentially see him finally die. I think if anyone were to die, like die, right? I want to see Blade die. Like I think when Blade die, it's gonna be a very big point, like big turning point in probably the story at the moment, right? Because like who else can kill Blade? There must be some even greater force that managed to kill Blade. A lot of people do think like maybe Archon can end Blade, but I don't see Archon fighting Blade, right? So we have like a actual evil that out seeking even the Steron Hunter and even try to finish off Blade. Yeah. So basically a great sideboard deck. Kafka though, I would say basically the main character. I mean, how many? She's everywhere. Though not much in the Penacony. Surprisingly, not much in Penacony. We see more Blade in Penacony than Kafka. But we can definitely see, I feel like we will see more down the line. Yeah, that's also true. Kafka is essentially helped created the Trailblazer. So I think this is a pretty understanding thing to put her basically the MC. How about the Lynx? I would say for their own story only. Definitely more caring than I say most of the people down here, but not. That's about it. We have her in. The only reason why she's even here is because she's related to Jopat and Serval. Have a great friend with had a great friend with Pella, and a whole adventurous part to her, and that's it. Fushuan, yes, Fushuan. I don't think it's basically MC, but yeah, it's very important to have. And yeah, I trying to, other than the main story, but I don't think we see her much outside of the main story, other than that one Huo Huo ghost hunting quest. But still, I think she's still important enough, being the head of a whole commission, and basically the fucking the eyes for the Zenzo. I'll be shocked if we return to if we return to Zenzo, we should see more of Fu Xuan. That's what I think. Dragon Danghen. Cool story, but I think the story ended, so there's like not really much for you anymore. Like the story is surprising, but I don't think there's like any lead forward on the story, right? In fact, we don't even see Dang Hen use this form ever again. The only time we did see is like the ending of Penacony, but that's like in a dream sequence, so it's not even real. So who knows whether we can even see Dragon Dang Hen ever again. But it is a surprise that we do. He's basically the first ever character, like Dang Hen character, to have a 4 and a 5-star variant. So boom, there. Going Iphone. Oh my god. What do I mean, she's part of the ghost hunting squad. I think that's it, right? It's part of the ghost hunting squad, and that's it. I'm trying to think any, right? She was not. Was she there in Arum Alley? No, right? She's not there in Arum Alley. That was only Su Sheng. She did. I mean, her local spot is in Arum Alley, but I would say just mainly for, just mainly being part of the ghost hunting squad does help quite a lot. For the whole arc, the whole story, the whole cinematic universe. But she is like one of those characters that you're gonna frequently see in events. Like she's definitely one of those that's gonna pop up in event like all the time. So you know what? Yeah, surprise hitter. Go. Jing Liu. We see her and she left the next day. That's essentially what we know of Jing Liu, right? Sure, she's like very important for the High Cloud Quintet scenario, but we don't even see her. In fact, it's Yanqing that see her first. We see her through Yanqing eye, which is you. Then after that, we only see her at the end when they confront the High Clown Quintet, and then then she went to jail and possibly never to be seen again, until they revive her again, right? But at least she is relevant to the High Cloud Quintet. I don't think we can put her next to Lo Cha, even though she's basically have the same outcome of Lo Cha. But honestly, she's like does nothing else. She doesn't really do anything else. Topaz. Honestly, a side protect. I can see her being a side protect. The whole Texac with Belobog, the whole, even though we don't see her, I don't see her do much in Penacony, I feel like we could see her down the line being the IPC member, especially we know she have access to like one of the fucking stone heart, yeah. So we don't even have her final form yet. Ooh, a 6-star topaz. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be more IPC shenanigan, especially now with Boot Hill. I'm surprised they did not have like a whole companion mission. I'm actually surprised there's no companion mission for like since 2.0. Actually no, there's companion mission with Kafka, right? No, Kafka, Black Swan, and Sparker. From 2.1 onward, there's like no companion mission, which is kind of sad. Maybe we have more on Boot Hill when Boot Hill entered the fray with 2.3 story, but other than that, I can definitely see her in a lot of future story if we continue having IPC around, which I don't see why we don't have IPC around. Who is keep messaging me? Okay, Hanya. I'll be honest, I don't remember much about Hanya. I know her backstory is pretty deep, but that's it. That's all I know about her. Like she's like a supervisor for the whole Operation Ghost Hunting Squad, but we know nothing else, right? All I know that she's a sister to Sui Yi. Speaking of Sui Yi, same goes. We know nothing else much about Sui Yi. Other than she's a robot or she's in a puppet. I think she lost her body, so she have to put her spirit soul shenanigan in a puppet and live in a coffin, and that's all I know of. Right. Ho though, I think it's only fair to put them together, like the face of the whole hunting operation Ghost Squad. And Mr. Steel, so it's an extra bonus to have. Other than that, I feel like we'll definitely see her more in like event compared to like fucking Hanya and Sui Yi. I doubt she's gonna be ever more. Actually, we can. You know what I want to see more from Ho? She being the 10 Lord Commission, like she actually becoming the one of the judge of the 10 Lord Commission. Because currently she's just a trainee, right? She's like in a fucking internship or something. So I feel like that's a direction we could go. That's a surprise we could discover once we get back to Zenzo. Argentine. Poof. This one is definitely for their own story. Even though we see her see him at the end of Penacony, but he was not voice acted at all in the English dub. So, and we only see him as a fucking like quote unquote final boss in a fucking game show event. This is definitely just for their own story, which at that time when I was playing it, I was half asleep. So I barely even noticed what his story is. It's something to do with his Eon, the beauty, and then he got eaten by a bug. So everything they went through in the Astral Express is like hallucination. They're fighting the swarm and whatnot. We just know his dedication to the fucking Aeons, and that's about it. Dr. Ratio is the side protect of the Intelligation Guild, and also very quite an important story for adventuring too. In Penacony, I can definitely see him appearing more and more in the future. it. I mean, now we are reaching to a newer stage of character, so we don't have much story. Even though, except for all the Pentagony people, then we have like so much story about them. But like Ron May and Doctor Rachel, they only have like one companion mission to play off, so can't really, it's not really fair for them. But I can definitely see the relevancy for Doctor Rachel, especially his during his debut in the host arc. Uh, and also he give himself us to for free, so that's that. Ron May. I want Ron May to be basically the MC. I feel like they can expand Ron May into a lot of ways, right? Because isn't Ron, if I'm not mistaken, like Ron May deal is just to fucking create her own Aeon, right? Like imagine she did successfully does it. She did cultivate enough now that she's her own Aeon. I I feel like that could be the case. She'll be a very low MC up until we're gonna see her again. I feel like she can be definitely the MC. Meanwhile, Misha is the MC. Huh? Honestly, I feel like Misha can even be up here. Like without Misha, we just straight up wouldn't continue the game, right? We are just gonna forever stuck in the dreamscape and cannot continue on at all. In fact, it's not even on the moment. We wouldn't even arrive at Pentagony if it weren't for Misha, right? We wouldn't even have Pentagony because Misha, in extension, Mikhail something legwork, basically founded Pentagony, right? And again, again is needed. Misha is needed for Pentagony. I don't feel fair to put him any sort of way lower. And he is just, and he's so impactful in Pentagony's story too. So much so that I fucking cry twice. So I think it's very fair to put him up there. Not really say much for Black Swan. Is can I even say your side protect? Memo Keeper. I mean, she does help us out near the end. I feel like without her, we can't progress. We also can't escape the dream. And she's also playing a lot of sides. She's playing Adventuring side, then Archron side, then now our side. So it's like she's all over the place. She's also very, yeah, she's basically all over the place, right? And potentially she could help us link to March 7 Pass. That could be in a side story that I have yet to done, but that's that. I think that's fine. Put her on there. Sparkle. Canonically, it should be here, right? Because all she did is just hand out pipe bomb. Like, if we really make it, if we really think about it, all she ever did is to fucking give us pipe bomb. She did help us send us to the underground, the hidden dreamscape. And we have a whole jazz night with her ability to make shape shift and being part of the Elation squad have a lot of water to play with. So I'll put you next to Shampoo. And he's like one of the few characters that actually have a fucking companion mission. Also, I'm dying. Oh god. Speaking of dying, Gallagher. Ooh, he's almost basically the MC, but we don't see him enough to justify that. And he's gone now, so in fact we're never gonna see it ever again. As a okay, he is like a surprise hitter, but become a side protect, right? Because he was just a bartender when we first met, so we know nothing much about him. So he's like, whatever, right? Then when we learn about his past, I'm like, whoa. Then when we learn who he truly is and his relationship with Misha, it becomes this. But I think it's just to be fair, I think put you in the side protect. Our adventuring guy himself, he self-proclaimed as the MC, right? He treat the entire 2.1 patch as his own, right? So I think it's only reasonable to put him there. He literally take over 2.1 and say, nope, this is now my patch, and it's gonna be all about him. So yeah, good for him. Essentially the same thing with Akron. Even more so than I'll say Adventuring, because at least Akron appear in the end 2.2, while Adventuring just disappear. Though we are gonna see Adventuring in 2.3, it's gonna be exciting to see how he and Boothill is. Now I'm gonna reach the last four. Robinson, Robiny, Robin. I mean, this one is hard to say because it's either top 3 here. We do need Robin. I mean, like, essentially, Robin is and Sunday is the whole the whole head of Penacony, but definitely it's more Sunday. But Robin being his sister, bring a lot of value to that. But I can't say he's like she's needed for the game, right? Because I imagine if we remove Robin, Sunday will probably still do the same, right? Maybe his motivation will not be as strong as before, but he'll still probably follow through the whole order shenanigan, right? Can I say Robin being the MC? Sure, in 2.3, but we don't really see her much in 2.0 or 2.1 in fact. We only see her in 2.3, as in like her being relevant to the story. But she is very relevant in 2.3. I think it's fine. I think, you know what? Yeah, sure. You can be up there. Boothill is definitely the side protect. We have no idea what Boothill is up to, but we'll gladly see what the hell he's gonna be up to. I mean, he did help out a lot in 2.3. By a lot, I mean talking to Duncan for like 4 hours straight. Other than that, just shoot one bullet in the sky. And that's it. He came, he talked shit to Duncan, and he shoot one bullet. And apparently the whole Pentagon arc is over. Obviously now we're gonna have more epilogue of what's going on with IPC. Um, so it's definitely is gonna be the side protect, even more so than fucking the Black Swan. I mean, um, Firefly. I think same reason as Robin. Like now instead of Sunday, like Robin for Sunday, it's like Firefly for the Trailblazer. If we don't meet with Firefly, I'm sure a lot of the event would change, but the overarching end, I would think we will still like fight Sunday in the end, with or without Firefly, right? Um, she had definitely helped bridge us a lot along the way. Um, and she being revealed for being Sam is a kind of a big deal. Yeah, I would say she's just a main character for the Trailblazer, and that's about it, right? Very low, much lower, I think. Um, Same, like basically the same concept with Ron May. It's just that not really a main character, but have a potential to be main character because she's still the Steron Hunter, so we will definitely meet her more later on. So I think it's fair to be like that. Lastly, Jade. I don't say it's who because we do know who Jade is. Jade taking adventuring. For now, I would say it's a noticeable background character because we did notice her as a background character until we noticed that she's also becoming a 5-star quantum erudition. But for now, story-wise, that's all I can say for her. Yeah. Voila, we are done. How long that took? An hour basically. I think this is a very reasonable tier list. Very reasonable.